Hi everyone, Alicia Power here. I was just with a group of people and we were chatting away, and I feel to share a little bit of what we experienced as a group, and that is that there is the possibility that we are actually high, intelligent, vast beings of light in higher dimensions who are having a temporary experience of being in this human form, experiencing reality as physical and as solid, but in truth, spending this time here in this physical form, in this human existence, for the purpose of and for the reason to learn more about love, and also to learn to be fearless and to choose love without any fear, which are kind of simple concepts and simple terms, isn't it? I mean, I've just given this broad, sweeping idea of that we're vast, high light beings having this temporary kind of video game experience for the purpose of learning about love and how to be fearless and how to choose love without any fear connecting with us in the moment of choosing love. Is that why we're here? It's an idea, it's a possibility, isn't it? It's quite simple. I've just packaged it in a really simple format just then. So I'd love to throw this little hot potato to you who's watching this, in case this is real and in case this is a truth. Because if you haven't understood this before or taken on an idea like this before, to even chew it over, feel what it feels like, notice if it rings true to you, notice if it's intriguing for you. If you haven't, take a look at that and see if there's any kind of connection in your heart to that idea. The reason being is that if this is a truth, that we are vast, intelligent beings of light having a very temporary experience as a human for a purpose, for our own purpose in the video game, to experience training and learning about how to hold love really steady no matter what. Because if that is the truth, how are we doing in the game? How are we notching up our score? How's our score? So I'm just giving that out as an idea that this could be the truth. I'm a master intuitive. I speak to the spirit worlds lucidly and clearly throughout my day, two-way, dialoguing clearly, and I've been doing that for 28 years. The reason I'm just mentioning that is that I've observed when people pass over, I've mentioned this in another video, that our souls, because I'm watching it, our souls pass up through many, many layers of dimensions and meet up with mentors and teachers and go over the training within the software video game. They sit down with their teachers, with their mentors in the spirit world, and they kind of go through all the passages, all the times of what happened throughout one's life, to kind of release the pressure, to kind of take it all in and mull it around a little bit and notice what was learnt, notice where the value was in it, notice if it was worth putting a lot of energy and effort into something, that, you know, some kind of a time in our lives that we focused on something. Was it worth it? So the learning, like getting the gold nuggets from taking a second look at the trajectory, the arc of our lives. And if we are this vast light being sitting with a spirit teacher after we pass over in these high dimensions, what's it for? Who are we really? And once that review has happened, then what? Then what does this light being that we are do? What are we for? These are big questions that I'm just supporting you in, sort of throwing this hot potato at you, kind of going, have a look at that as an idea. And I'm doing it a little bit mischievously, and hope that you're hearing me or taking this tiny bit seriously, because you could dismiss me as just somebody who's crazy, except that I've been talking with the spirit worlds clearly for two-way for 28 years, and I was a former journalist and I've got a degree. So I think I'm a thinker and I assess things very, very clearly, but I've also learnt to operate out of the other 90% of my brain, not just the 10% of logic. And this is why I'm saying to you that you could hear what I'm saying and say to yourself, well, maybe Alicia's traveled in the spirit worlds for 28 years and watched the worlds of spirit work, how they rewire the subtle electromagnetic waveforms of light that emanate and are actually our consciousness energy body that holds the waveforms of our thoughts, that holds the waveforms of our emotions, sitting out here in a field around us. It's a quantum field. And I've watched the worlds of spirit work and rewire these waveforms of light. This is their expertise, actually. They are ancient scientists of waves of light. This is not a small thing, it's a big thing. And these waves of light in this force field around us, when they are rewired, our thinking changes, our emotions change. I'm just letting you know that there's a lot to this. This is not a simplistic, strange thing. This could be something you want to lift the carpet and just take a little look at what's in there, open the book and start learning about this. So your thoughts, your emotions, where are they sitting? They can be seen as waveforms on an EEG monitor. And I'm saying they are waveforms of energy and light sitting out in the force field, the electromagnetic field, the quantum field around you. It's an attractive field and it attracts realities to you. That's how the video game works. And so tending to the happiness quotient that's sitting in the force field, in your thoughts and in your emotions. This is what they say in the law of attraction. It creates an attractive field that brings higher, more positive realities to you. It's a quantum dynamic of how energy works, like attracts like. And so my suggestion is that I'm just mentioning this to you today because it kind of could be fun for you to recognize that you are a vast being of light. And that there's an opportunity in this lifetime to learn how to love powerfully, steadily, fearlessly. Because that's the video game here. It's going to finish at some point. It's going to end. We may as well win on the scoreboard. So the learning curve of being inside the video game, and at the end of our life when we're sitting with our spirit teachers and reviewing our life, what's the scoreboard going to be? Did we get the gold nuggets? Did we learn to love fearlessly? So that's what I'd love to pass on to you today as an idea. Thank you for listening. My name's Alicia Power, and you're welcome to visit me at my website, soulmentoring.com. Namaste.